You guys, we got a chance to speak to David W. Zucker. He's the president of television over at Scott Free. He is also the executive producer of the brand new TV series Alien Earth. Check it out. Lovely to meet you. Tell me this. The Alien movies, in all of their iterations, have kind of been a variety of things, right? Horror, action, hard sci-fi. Occasionally, they are a combination of any two of those things.
Yes.
They showed us the first episode of Earth, and it's brilliant. I'm really invested. But could you talk to me about the conversations around what you wanted this to be? Because from my read of that first episode, it
Mhm.
seems to be a combination of all three. It feels like Noah's trying to do horror, hard sci-fi, and action.
Yes, I would say you're absolutely right. And I don't think it's overly ambitious in the sense that that's what the opportunity of long form television really provides him the capability to do. Because those films, while there's a lot of dimension to them and some real provocative sort of thematic ideas, they are still fundamentally 2 hour survival stories. As he's often said, part of the rush of that first Alien movie is that sort of main thematic line where you realize toward the end that Ripley's not only at risk from the xenomorph, but risk from Ash and from something
Yeah.
of entirely human creation. So that's what's really enthralling about bringing the story to Earth is that the horror is taking on, in honor of that first film, a lot more dimension because now we have cyborgs, we have this new Wendy hybrid with the whole sort of immortality ambition. But now what's really awesome about what he's done is you've taken sort of the faceless corporations of the early films and
Yeah.
introduced what is a very modern day reality, which who are the personalities that are out front and center, very boldly declaring, well, this is what I'm up to. And you're seeing really humanity subjugated here to an even greater degree because they're all expendable, not just to the xenomorph, but even sort of amongst the human operative. So you're absolutely right. It is a series that I'm finding so spectacular because I'm personally not a big horror fan, but
Right.
but you get very emotionally invested in these characters, and at the same time, it's hard not to walk away from this series and see some very strong reverberations with what we're encountering day to day with these questions of transhumanism and AI and how do we coexist in a world where we're letting our desire to control nature totally destroy it and our ambitions with technology that may outrun us and
Yeah.
ultimately destroy us. So it's really a series that's looking at that fundamental question: does humanity deserve to survive? And then, if so, how?
And of course, it's a theme that we see at the beginning of Romulus as
Yes.
well.
Yep.
And you kind of preempted my next question, just a big picture question, because I'm curious. Alien has always been the purview of the big screen, and I'm really excited that it's now embracing this long form format. But we've seen the trailer for the new Predator movie, and there's Wayland Yutani in that one. There's a little bit of a hint. Are we seeing all of this finally happen? Like
No,
everything coming together?
I think, well, looking at that big Marvel book behind you, that is not what's happening in the in the
Okay.
alien space. I
Okay.
mean, they very carefully sort of curate that entire world so that
Yeah.
you have a great deal of integration. That's not the intention here. The feature films are going to continue to exist in their own space, and I know they're working on a sequel to Romulus, and
Yeah.
Noah's had some communication with Fede and with Dan. I think the goal is to make sure we're not replicating anything between the stories they're telling, but obviously we're set well before. We're really in stronger correlation to the original film, and so I think there'll be sort of a communication and correspondence, but no coordination. It's really Noah is telling very much his own story.
Oh, very cool. I'm curious, how involved is Sir Ridley, if at all, in these things? Because from the outside, it feels like he's truly invested in this franchise.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's honestly the great thing about the way Noah came to this in the first place is like he wanted to take his experience of that original film and find a way to capture that in this series iteration. So he and Ridley have been in touch with one another, but Ridley is really, I mean, I've worked for him for a very long time, and he is the kind of filmmaker who, when he completes a project, he's done and he moves on to the next. He's
Right.
told the story he wants to tell, and he has no interest in getting in front of anybody else. He wants to encourage, he wants to consult, he wants to support. I think one of the big and delightful surprises for him was that Noah literally recreated a version of the Nostromo here, and that was actually
It looks amazing.
that was built from the archive blueprints we have, architectural blueprints. He made some modifications, but when Ridley saw that on screen, I think it kind of blew his mind. I mean, 46 years later, he remembered still drawing and designing all of those things in a small room at Pinewood, and now here they are back on screen again. And that, I think, was also really important for Noah to convey to the fans that we are very much embracing the aesthetic of this world. We're embracing sort of the tactile and practical and very sort of primal qualities of the world, from the xenomorph on through to the set design. It was obviously spectacular for the actors to be able to work in that space, but we're not a VFX. I mean, there's obviously VFX, particularly with some of the new creature creation, but we really wanted that sort of that quality of the original film very much evident in this iteration.
Yeah, no, and you nailed it, because right down to the color grading, I was transported to that original film. I'm all out of time, but before I go, I'll tell you, I'm
Yes.
such a big Alien fan. I've got a newborn, and I bought him the Alien alphabet book.
Okay, I haven't seen that
It is
before.
it is the most ridiculous thing ever, but I figure I'm going to start him young. But yeah,
I'm gonna look for that. I haven't seen that one before.
it's called A is for Alien and ABC book.
Okay. Well, just don't show him the movie or the series too soon.
I swear to God, I watched that far too young. But
Okay.
thank you so much for your time, David. It's been an
Pleasure to
absolute
talk to
pleasure,
you.
and congratulations. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Thanks so much. Would love to hear what you think.
Cheers. That was David W. Zucker. You can watch Alien Earth when it drops on Disney Plus Hotstar August 12th. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.